Hello guys, today we're just going to be doing a casual video. I just wanted to talk about a new card game that most of you probably haven't heard of yet. It's by Bandai, just like One Piece. It's called Union Arena, and as you guys can see here, here's the link. This is their whole website, so I'm going to be showing you guys how to play video. It's coming to America in October 2024. I know it's in a while, but I wanted to do this video before other people did. It's always nice to be ahead of everybody. So how we're gonna go to this is, you guys should see this. So this is the link right here, www.unionarenatcg.com. And then there's different languages. So if you don't see this background, you may be in Japanese, traditional Chinese, or English. And there's English, US, Canada. That's what you're gonna want to click if you want to try out the sim. And it's not a full sim. It's only against their AI, but it's not terrible AI. It may feel a little clunky because you only can play with the starter deck, and it's one starter deck. It's Hunter x Hunter. So let's go to. So this is what you're gonna see if you're in the Japanese. All you're gonna have to change is your little a little button. But the really nice thing is, let me switch off my. There we go. Okay, there we go. So this is what you'll see if you're in the Japanese. You can see all the cards and everything that they have over there. I'm going to warn you guys, all of the stuff that they're showing here, they're kind of lying to you. So let's go to English. This is the one that's already out. This is Europe, I'm pretty sure. No, Asia. So this is already out. So they have some advertisements for a couple different ones. I don't know all these ones. But I know Jujutsu Kaisen, Hunter x Hunter, Demon Slayer, How I Turned Into a Slime, Bleach, and My Hero. And then there's three others that are there. So not all these are coming to America. From what I've seen so far, I think there's only going to be 6 coming to America, and they've released that 3 are for sure coming. So the 3 that we're gonna get, I will show. So if you want, you can go to like all this different stuff, like card lists, and then we will go to language. So if you guys want to do the sim that I'm going to show you guys have to go to English, US, Canada. So let's click on this, and then it'll send you back to this. And that's where most of you guys will be getting stock. So the 3 that are coming to America for sure, and there's going to be 3 others that they're going to release later, are going to be Jujutsu Kaisen, Bleach, and Hunter x Hunter. And I'm honestly happy. I'm excited for Jujutsu Kaisen. One of my buddies that plays One Piece with me, he really can't wait for the Hunter x Hunter. And then Bleach, my father is wanting to get all of it. I think the cards look amazing, honestly. They have a learn. So if you guys want to do the sim, it's gonna be on this main page. Scroll down till you go to welcome to Union Arena, and then it tells you like common role trading card game, and then go to try out Union Arena trial game. Okay, so you will be going to confirm to see the deck. And then when you guys are done with that, like looking through cards, so I'll just explain this. So left click, if you hold it, then it'll tell you everything about the card. Pretty simple. There's AP costs, those are like Dawn. You start with 1 or 2 if you're second. Kind of like One Piece, but you can't go up to 10, you go up to 3. You get to mulligan once. I'm pretty sure that's how that works in this game. Okay, so I'll be starting with 2 AP. And you're not playing against real people, you're playing against bots. First rounds go pretty fast. Everything in your front line can attack or block. Or it can attack and then it restands when it's the enemy turn and then you can block. It's pretty straightforward. Whichever AP is the highest wins. Or DP. Wins. Choose up to one character on your field that gains 1000 BP until end of turn. That's not good right now. But this guy's just here just for the green. See how it's got a 1? The black with the 1 in it, that means that it costs 1 of these AP. And then DP means damage points, AP means active points. And so I get to put out two of something. So I could like move out. So I could have done, if I did this a little bit different, I could have done a green. So I will show you guys next turn. So I didn't think about it, but I could have threw a guy on front and then threw Herd back here and then hit once. And that's the big thing about this, is it seems a little bit straightforward, but when you play the more aggressive decks, you'll realize that there's a lot more skill. So you can do this. He brings out a Leroy. Return another character in the field with 1 or less required energy. No draw. Okay, so choose one card from the energy line to active. None of these guys do anything, no triggers. So triggers are what you get off of life, just like One Piece. Choose a card to move your energy line to the front line. So I will actually be moving something to my front line because I want to get a little bit more hits off. So I'm going to throw this guy to the front line. I still have a green back here, so what I can do is I can do this for 1 green point. Now, choose one character to have an extra 1000. So now this guy's 3000. So they have nothing there, and then I have the top 5. So basically this is a search just like One Piece. And you're looking for a certain type, so this is what it's looking for. If you find it, then you get to pull it. If this character is active, it gains 1000 green energy. So basically this is a 2 for 2. So when this guy will be standing, he will be gaining a green. So I'm going to start my attack phase. This guy is nothing, so all I'm doing is just attacking. His life goes down. You get to pick the card off their life. What's really weird. So it goes to a sideline, kind of like the trash, but there's also a removal area. There's a difference. It doesn't matter too much right now, because these are very basic decks. So. Okay, so Leor, he's a 3 cost for 2 green. The guy that I played is a 2 cost for 2 green technically, but he has to be standing. So the very first turn, okay, so this guy put out a 5000 because he pulled a Gonfreeze and he already had another guy, so he could put it on top and then rush it in, so he could attack the same turn that he put it out. That's just like Rush in other games. It's called Raid. I could block it if I want to, but I'm not going to. So now we are even. This gets to added to my hand because of what the trigger is. The trigger is down here, and it says trigger right here, and then it also, you can actually read it here, but just to know where it is on the card. So this is how this works. So now I can move something from my back line to my front line if I wanted to, but there's no reason to right now because I'm just working on getting energy out there. So I could do, so I'm going to put, so if I put 1 more out, you only can put 4 out at a time. So what we're going to do is we're going to search for something real fast. I'm going to hope that I can find what I was looking for inside my deck. So I did kind of find it. Choose 1 card from your deck to add to your hand. So I can't bring this one. I could bring this one to my hand. None of the other characters have the name that I'm looking for. Gonfreeze. So add to hand. So I found what I was looking for. Now it's in my hand. So choose what order to put the cards back on your bottom of your deck. So you just click it for like the first one, second, third, fourth. So it doesn't matter that much right now, but it's just whichever ones you want to see when you go through your deck. So I have a lot of cards in hand. So the really cool thing here is I could do a 1 green for this. Then I will be able to show you guys raid in just a minute. But right now, we're gonna do. Actually, we are going to do raid. So I'm going to pay the 1 green. And then, if I wanted, I could have actually put out another character, but I didn't. Would you like to raid to frontline? Yes. Normally, it's sometimes you don't, sometimes you do. This was definitely one that you want to, though. So I could have actually played this. You pay 1 AP, so you gotta have 1 AP up, and then you bring 2 AP back up. So it's basically just like a boost of AP. So basically, I could have, instead of what I did, I could have paid the 1, and then paid for him, raided, and then also played another character on the front line for 1 AP, and actually have got extra 1000 AP, because this guy, when played on your field, everything gains 1000 battle points, not DP, BP. So I can basically do. So we'll start by doing a 5000. He may block it. He didn't. So I choose one of his triggers. So if you're really lucky, then you can like pick the bad cards first. So it's a lot more luck in this game. So he's gonna obviously block this because he has a 4000. So there's no reason that I wouldn't. So okay. So now that we got this, end turn. Now everything's down again. So he's going to be attacking with this, so I'm going to actually be blocking with this, most likely. He'd bring one of his energy points to that area, what's interesting. But you don't have to pay the same green if you can just put your character on top of the other. You can also pull this from your trigger and add this card to your hand, or if you have required energy, perform raid with it. So, if you have the green up and... Okay, so he's going to be choose a card to block with. I'm actually not going to block because he's going to be attacking with this guy, hopefully, so I can block with my 2000. Because whichever 1000, like the power's the highest, is the actual number that wins, and it will be destroyed, kind of like One Piece almost. But when you block, if you're not higher than the card breaks. So would you like to take an extra card action? So each turn you can tap 1 AP to actually draw a card. So I'm not going to move anything from my back line to my front line, so skip. What I'm going to be doing here is I'm looking through all my cards. Okay, so I'm going to pay 1 to do this. I'm going to pay 5 green to play this, and then I get to raid. So I would like to move this to the front. So now, like I was saying earlier, I'm actually going to use the ability that I was talking about. So you pay 1 AP to choose 2 to bring up. So 1, 2. And then I paid 1 to get 2 back up. So there was no actual price for it, it's just straight up free. So now I can bring something like this back here. And then what happens is I have way more stuff up here. And then I even get to actually bring up like one more thing. So I will be bringing up this. And so instead of just getting this guy up here, instead of just getting this guy here, I actually also got this one here. So now I can attack 3 times. So you guys will be seeing this here. So I will start by attacking my 5000. Okay. 3000. Then he obviously is going to block with the 4000 because there's no reason why not to. The really nice thing is if you can somehow put out 2 of your Gone Freeze level 2s, then you could play 2 in 1 turn, and then all your like your 2000 powers are going to turn into 4000s. So like you straight up can't block anything unless you want your characters broken. So I played a little bit weird this game because I was trying to teach you guys, so I'm not going to block here. So I do lose one, and it's a trigger, so it goes into my sidelines, kind of like your trash, but you also have removal area. There's not much of a thing that's happening with your removal area yet in the game because you only can play one deck, and it's very simple. I'm not going to draw a card, like extra card. Okay, so it's 2 greens, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually move this guy to the front line. Confirm. So this guy gets an extra 1000 BP. Instead of 3000, it turns into 4000 if you have a certain amount of green power in the back. So we're going to be bringing this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it just got the extra 1000. So instead of being 3000, it's 4000 now. I have all this stuff here. So I'm not going to bring anything out. I'm going to switch to attack phase. And then I'm going to start by attacking my 1500. He's going to block with 3000, and then I'm going to do a 2000 into his stuff. There we go. Okay, so now we just go right in. So now he's got 4 life, I got 4 life, and then he draws a trigger. Doesn't do anything. He didn't do anything with the trigger because it wasn't actually a trigger. He did hit a trigger, but it just goes straight to your sideline. So now he has 3 cards in his front. I got 4 cards in my front. I got a 4000, a 4000, a 1500, and a 2000. So right now I can block 2 of his attacks, or I can block technically 4 of his attacks, but I'm only going to be wanting to block 2 of his attacks. Or no, 3 of his attacks. That's what I can block right now. Because I'm okay with sacrificing this guy because I have a second one. I'm okay with sacrificing him because I have a second one. Or not the same one as him, but I have this guy that does the exact same thing pretty much. Choose a character to block with. So any of my guys would die if I blocked, but I'm going to actually take a block because I don't want him to really get to my life. Because I could like put this guy right back out, so it's not a big problem for me. So if he wins, he still gains something, so I shouldn't have actually blocked that, but it's fine. Character gains 3000 BP until end of turn. So now, if he attacks with anything else, I can block it. But he didn't, so. So now, what happens is, do I want to draw extra card? Yes, I do. So I only lost 1 card. Okay, so this guy. Choose up to 1 character on your opponent's line with BP equal or less than highest BP of the other characters on your field and sideline it. So basically it basically screws over your whole enemy team. So choose a card to move from your energy line to your front line. So basically, I'm not going to throw anything here because I don't have a reason to. I got 6 energy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw this guy into the front line because he's sick. Now, I get to actually move something equal to my highest BP. So basically, I just get to throw something from his power away. Very strong. So basically, he can only block 1 of my attacks, really. So we're just going to see what he does here. Okay, so he drew that, goes straight to his trash. A lot of the cards do have triggers, but a lot of the cards don't have triggers. It's probably about half and half. And it seems to be that actually most of the time, that cards are really strong or really weak. Like, you'll have thousands or you'll have, like, multiples of thousands. It doesn't seem to be like, oh, a 3000 or a 2000 most of the time. There's definitely cases of it, like I have a 2000 and a 3000 out, but like I'm going to be taking those out of my deck as soon as I get it. Cause the only one that I'd say I'd maybe keep would be this guy, this guy right here, Karabi. That's the only one that I would ever say that I could do, like, be okay with changing, but I just don't think it's worth it. So I'm actually not going to be playing anything at all because I have no reason to. This one's 3000, so I could actually play this, but I'd rather block with something and then play this guy out instead of wasting that guy that I played. So is 1,500 to 3,000 to 1,000 enough 3,000. So what I'm going to be doing here is throw big guys first. We'll just do it that way. Or no, I'll do a big guy, and then we will do. Actually, it doesn't really change too much here. Yeah, I'll do this actually. This will be much more efficient because I don't want them to like somehow be able to reach my thousands with life. Okay, so trigger. Okay, so it was a real trigger. So this trigger, add this card to your hand. I can't remember what that card actually does. I haven't been pulling it. So just attack, he blocks it. So a lot of the time, if you have to play really hardcore defense, then people will start throwing their cards from their back line to the front line, just to be able to attack with them that turn. Or block too. Attack block. So if the AI obviously knows that it can't like hit you, then it won't even attack you, it'll just stare at you. Would you like to take an extra draw? No, because I'm honestly just kind of chilling now. So, bring nothing from the front lines to the back lines. Okay. So I'm actually going to be throwing. I don't need to though. Yeah, no, I don't. Honestly, I'm pretty set here. We're just gonna skip this. The only thing I could see me wanting to actually put out would be this. I'd put it out for like, I'd just put it right over this, and then I'd like give him extra couple damage, but doesn't matter too much. So what we're gonna be doing here is do 4,000, and then I win. So instead of one piece, if you just hit their 0 life, you just win. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you just win. So I just won. Obviously by the thing that said win. So that was not the tutorial, that was actually the sim, but it just moves you back. So sorry about the sound being slightly messed up there. But now we will be going over 2 cards. So now you cannot see the cards through here, sadly. Like you can't find the cards through here. And I'm not going to say these are 1,000. Okay, so actually it does, they are starting to show what the cards do look like. Slightly they're starting to show what the cards look like. So they showed Ichigo from Bleach right there. So I'm going to go to English because most of it's translated. So what we're going to do here is they are having an event. So some people that are going to the One Piece thing, the championship Union Arena thing, they're actually giving out starter decks in English early, like much earlier. And they're giving limited action point cards away. What if the game goes really well, then it'll do really well. And then prices on those cards will go super high. I think it's like $300 just to do the thing though. That was the really dumb thing. So they're bringing out Roboco. I don't honestly care that much. So they have Telspire, Shiny Colors, like every single one of the big name companies that you'd think would have a card game, they have a card game for. So what we're gonna do here is, these are not all coming to English. I want you guys to know this, not all coming to English. And this May 26, 2023 is not right. This is not true. This is for Japan. This is not for us in America. So we're going to go to card lists, and then we're going to go through all the cards. So let's do select titles. So we'll go through some of the ones that you guys would probably want to see. So we saw some of the Hunter x Hunter, and I will just show, just to compare, to show you guys that it gets much more complicated than you guys think. So you have to be in your color in that story. So like I can't play Jujutsu Kaisen with Hunter x Hunter, and I can't play Hunter x Hunter with Roboco, right? I can't mix titles, sadly. They were talking about mixing titles in the future. So let's click on free word, and let's just do, okay, so we have this, and what we're gonna do is card color, we're gonna do green, because that's the one that I was showing you guys. So all the green, we're gonna go to here, and it's gonna show us all the green. So a lot of these cards you guys actually didn't see. Like a lot of these cards you guys didn't see. Like I think we saw. We didn't see most of these cards actually. It looks like. Yeah, it looks like we actually didn't see almost all these cards here. So let's look at this one. So the cards look way better in person, I think. So you only can see the wording in that language, but if it says blue, it's the same colors as the tutorial. So a lot of the tutorial cards do have these effects, and One Piece has the same effects, but they're not the same word. So it requires 1 AP consumption 1 3000 plus. So if it says plus after that, like BP power, that means it's gonna do a lot. It's gonna do more than that power later, but as soon as it's put down, then it is that power. So this character gains all the same effects as the number of cards on your Gon Freaks, and then the other two names on your field. So basically, it seems to be that you could put other cards with those names down and then just have a front line of super strong cards, and then this guy's way stronger because of it. So one or more type, this character gains generates generates energy even when it's on the front line. Oh, okay. So it always gives the one green power for cost. Okay. So very important. So it's all. So if you can put that down, put it in the front line, even if you're not gonna attack or block with it. 3 or more types. Oh, okay. So this is like a type card. If you have 3 or more of that type of that card, then this character gains 1,000 BP. So instead of the other card, like when you have to have 6,000 green power or more in your backline, and then you get 1,000 power on top of the 3,000. This guy instead, you have to have a certain amount of named cards. Then this character gains 1,000 PP. So like you'd be building a deck around this guy most likely. We saw another one of Gon before. So we're gonna go through all 5 pages of all the green stuff. So they have a lot of, they definitely more character. Like they definitely point more towards characters. So instead of just boring AP, they also have yeah. So their thing doesn't always work. Very important thing to know. I think it. Oh yeah, I did push me back all the way. So you actually most of the time have to actually translate, what sucks. Okay, so color, green. So their stuff doesn't always work perfectly, sadly. I wish it did. I really do. So oh, there we go. Okay, now it's working. Sometimes if it says and don't click it because it's just gonna glitch you out and then you're gonna be stuck. So these are a lot more of the cards that they're actually letting us play with. So more simple. So let's look at this one. This one's a trigger. Or no, that's not a trigger. So okay, it's not working now. I wish it was. Okay, there we go. When this character attacks and wins the battle, 1 damage to the opponent's player. So it's just like the other card that we saw earlier that's gone. That's 5 green. Instead, it's 6 green and it's 5,000 power. And if somebody blocks, it actually does damage. And if it does direct damage, what means that it hits the main actual like backline without being blocked, then it actually does 2 damage. It's a double attack card. It's very strong. Like a lot of people in green are actually going to be playing this. People are gonna have to block and stuff. Okay, so let's go through before I'm done with this video. Let's go to... Okay, that's why it wasn't working correctly, guys. I was in the wrong region. Okay, so deck lists. They have all these ones. They have Tenkin too, which I thought was pretty cool. Demon Slayer, a lot of people are waiting for. Bleach, and it's Blood War, by the way. Bleach's. It's not the original Bleach. It's Bleach Blood War. I mean, it's still Bleach though. They have a lot of the cool stuff still. So Jujutsu Kaisen. So a lot of these cards are based on a lot of characters actually. These ones are going for a little bit higher price than any other set. I think they have some of the cooler arts. So let's go to Gojo. This is what I actually know a lot more about out of all the cards. I'm gonna know a lot about these cards. So when attacking and winning the battle, deal 1 damage to the opponent's character. So it just goes straight through a block. So if somebody blocks, it's still gonna do the 1 damage to the face. Draw 1 card during this turn. The AP consumption of the next card you use from your hand other than Gojo is reduced by 1. So, okay. Very straightforward, actually. His trigger is just straight up put in your hand, so if you pull it, you just can play it. He has 2 different Gojo cards. Exact same one, by the way. Yeah, exact same one, but it's just different rarities. That's why it looks different. And from what I was reading online, you can actually play up to 4 or 8. You can play up to 8 of each card, it said online. But I don't know if that was a misspell or a wrong wording. But it definitely, out of 50 cards, you could play 8 of the same. That's like, you don't have to play a lot of cards. But I hope you guys have a good day. We're gonna end the video there.